Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the channel. Lofty's got a brand new bike. This is the 2024 F900GS Enduro. It's a bit of a bike. It's a big lad and it's interesting. If you're interested in it, you stick around and I'll tell you all about the F900GS. See you in a minute. Okay, good morning YouTube. We're away. This one's a bit of a different beast. Well, I've just been out on the brand new R1290. Lovely little bike. Anyway, now I'm out on a big bike. Now this is a big bike. It is the brand new for 2024 F900GS with the full adventure pack on it. They all come with Acropovics as standard, but this boy's got the big piston forks on it. It's got the knobbly tyres on it. It's got the full Monty. This one is your round the world bike. I suppose you could say it's out there with the Tenere and the Africa Twin with the 21-inch front. I've never used a bike in anger on the road with these knobblies on there. Metzler Carews, I'll show you during the walk round, but they are quite an aggressive tyre. Noticeably, jumping from the one bike to the other bike is the tyres, these tyres. The steering, the amount of suspension. It's such a different feeling bike. I'm going to try and do a bit more back lanes, naturey stuff. I'm not going off-road. It's not fair to take a brand new bike off-road. If you want to have an off-road review, there'll be plenty of them on YouTube in the mountains in Spain and Portugal, people reviewing these bikes. But I would imagine the majority of the time they'll be ridden on-road to get off-road, if you know where I'm coming from. So here we go. Round the island. Let's have a look what it's like round the island. Yeah, you have to steer it as such. It'll go over, oh it leans, it'll go over on the sides of the tyres. But you do have to put a bit of input in. So here we go, up on the Greek road. So we're back to chain drive, 6-speed chain drive. So the quick shifter and the auto blipper will work a dream, as you know. So we're clear. So here we go. Stand up, shall we? Yeah, well, I'm 6'5" and I don't find that uncomfortable in the slightest. I can stand up, no trouble at all. The suspension's lovely and compliant on these, what I'd call poor roads. I don't think there's much point in doing a motorway test on this. It's more about where you're riding, and to be fair, on these back lanes of Cornwall, this is a cracker. It's a big bike, it's tall. Oh, that quick shift is like, oh, it's like warmed up butter it is. Slides in and out. And the blipper. We've got very rugged foot pegs and a rugged brake lever. This is the real deal. They're going all out for the off-road. It's got modes on it. There's the Off-Road Pro, or the Enduro they call it. It does allow the back wheel to slide around a bit, and it does allow a little bit of wheelie, if that's your bag, of course. I suppose when you're off-roading, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Yeah, when you give it a bit of back brake into a bend, You can feel it just slipping and sliding slightly on the tyres. Yeah, it's quite a strange feeling, but it's nice. Okay, we're going to take a right here to the Aggle. As you can see, the road surface is a bit dirty. Lots of bits and pieces. We've got a bit of a flood going on. Just trying to get used to the tyres, because after proper road tyres, they feel strange. Being new, they're round, so they do roll in. I'm not sure what they would feel like as they start to wear and square off. I can imagine once they start getting that sort of squared off, pyramid shaped side, they'd start dropping in a little bit, so I don't know. But at the moment they feel nice. No undue noise off them or vibrations. Right. Shall we have a look? Well, here we are, viewers. What do you think? F900GS. Bit of a big lad. Watch this. Oh! As you know, 6'5", 16 stone. Now I'm standing fully flat-footed and I can feel I'm on the seat. I'd literally just sink an inch. I've got a 34-inch inside leg. This is a big bike, a tall bike. If you're in any way vertically challenged and you haven't got an off-road background, you might struggle a bit. This ain't for the 5'5"ers. This is for the 5'10"ers to 6'5"ers. It's a big bike. It's designed basically as a 50-50 bike. 50-50 on-road, off-road. Now, if you live out in the deserts in America or Canada or out in the deserts in Australia, this could be the bike for you. It's a proper dual-purpose bike. It'll handle the sand, the ruts, the rubbishy roads. It's ideal. If you're trying to look for something for, I'd say 100% road use, I'd probably go for the standard F900GS, or it's the F850 now, isn't it? So that's where I'm coming from. As you can see, I can get my feet on, my toes on, whole foot on, loads of leg room, forwards and backwards. A proper enduro style bike. You can slide on the back for when you're going down hills, slide on the front, put some weight on the front. It's all there. Standing up on it, easy peasy, loads and loads of room. It's a big bike. Anyway, what do you think? I like it, I do. It's a change. Most of my comments are, Lofty, you look big on that bike. Lofty, that bike looks too small for you. Well, trust me, this is Lofty's style of bike. This is a big bike for lofty people. And if you're lofty, you'll enjoy it. Let's have a close look. Here you go. Red, white and blue. Beautiful. They do a super yellow. I must admit, I like the look of the yellow with the red subframe. Come round the front. Very purposeful. Big piston shocks. Proper metal handguards. Knobbly tyres, you name it. Acros. They've all got acros. Pretty standard. Shall we tell you the stats and the full title? 2024 BMW F900GS. Full enduro pack. This has got the works on it. This bike is £15,500. There's a few extras. It's 1,500 quid's worth of extras. But if you want the full enduro pack, this is the baby for you. This is an absolute beaut. So what have we got? 895cc parallel twin. Water-cooled 4-stroke, double overhead cam, 6-speed chain drive, 105 brake horsepower at 8,500 revs, and 68.6 foot-pounds at 6,500 revs. So, I think this is a direct competitor for the CRF 1100L Africa Twin. The Africa Twin has just had a massive boost in mid-range, and they've upped it to 82 foot-pound. To be honest with you, riding it, I like the Africa Twin and I like this. I think if I was going to buy a 100% off-road bike, probably be this, but it'll be a very close one, because the Africa Twin with knobblies on feels very much like this one. So it's up to you really. You pays your money, you takes your choice. 14 litres of fuel, so it's not a big tank. Quite surprised about that. They will probably bring an Enduro version out with a bigger tank. The seat is it's 870. So as I say, 870, it's big. There's not much bigger, you know. The new Desert X from Ducati is 890 or something stupid, like ridiculously high, the highest motorbike in the world. But this is 870. 219 kilos wet. Right up front, we got shower, 43mm, big piston, upside down forks, fully adjustable rear shock, a mono. So we've got two 305mm discs, twin pistol axial brakes. We've got spoked tubeless rims, running a 21 on the front. Metzeler Carouse, so this is a 90-90-21 with a proper knobbly profile. What do you think of that? That is knobbly, isn't it? And we've got a big gap underneath the mudguard so you don't get clogged up. On the rear we've got a single 265mm disc with a single piston with Brembos all round, and we're running a 150/70/17 on the same spoked tubeless rims. Metzeler Carouse, here's the rear profile. What do you think of that? Proper aggressive. As I say, Akrapovics all round. So we've got the usual dash. Pretty good, isn't it? On the right hand side of the dash, we've got USB. On the left hand side of the dash, we've got a powerlet. So it's all there. We've got a little bar across the top for mounting your sat nav. Screen's fixed, can't change the screen. So coming out, we've got these new style handguards. That is solid. That's 1/2 inch diameter bar, that is. They won't bend. Span adjustable brake levers, heated grips, mode button, start stop, SOS. Coming across, cable clutch, span adjustable, whiz wheel, hazards. We got the menu button and we got the info button, all the same as on any other one. No cruise, of course. Indicators pretty much the same. On. Let's start it up. What do you reckon? So modes, we got road mode, dynamic mode, Enduro Pro, that's the one for the off-roaders, and rain. I'm going to leave it in road, I ain't going to mess about, there's no worries about that. If you've got anything to do with BMWs at all, you'll know exactly how the dash works, all the little trips. It's all there, ever so simple, no problem at all. Everything works off the key, fuel tank off the key too. Fully adjustable on the forks. Pretty good, isn't it? Gotta say, it's a good looking bike, and I think if this is what you're after, if you're looking for a 50-50 bike on road, off road, this could be the baby for you. Hey? Let's get my helmet on and give it a bit of thrash. Okay, YouTube, I'm back. I don't think there's any point me taking this on some nice, beautiful roads and dual carriageways, because I don't think that's where it'll be most of the time. So I'm going to have a bit of fun around the lanes, do a bit of a brake test, and tell you what I think. I do think it'll take you a while to adapt to the tyres and to the way when you're going very, very slowly, you get like a slight pull off the tread. Nothing too bad, but it does feel a bit different. But as you can see, I'm on these twisties, no trouble at all. You've just got to make sure you know where you're going. Look at this, we've got a lovely flood on the go. Him in his Land Rover, he says, I'm going to go through it, I don't care. There, there, great fun. Let a bit of air in. It's quite pleasant now. I've been trying my hardest to sort of stay in the leeward side of the valley so the wind's not such a problem. Oh dear. I know we're in the back of the beyond, but people still have got no patience. Here we are, get past the cyclist nice and steady. Don't know whether you know this area. We're on the Gweek Road. So the Land Rover's off down Constantine. I'm going to carry on towards Gweek. So as you can see, if you direct with the input, you can actually get the bike to steer, but because of the rake angle being an off-road style and the big tyres, the 1990-21s with a very aggressive tread pattern, you do have to be a little bit careful. We're just nibbling through here at 20 odd mile an hour. As I say, no cruise control on this, it's an enduro bike. We're getting back out in the wind, I don't know whether you can feel it. So we are in road mode. I'll just get round the bend, I'll do a bit of a brake test as we leave the 20, because it's no good doing it here. So here we go, we'll move up the road in at all 40. Chip it in on this bend, it's quite a sharp one. We're all clear behind. We're all clear behind, I'll jam the brake on. Okay, that really provoked the ABS on the back, but it stopped. It did stop. So we'll come around the bend again. These natural little roads. Try the front. Yeah, the same again. Really does. Lots of fork dive and lots of ABS controlling in there. And we was only doing about 30 mile an hour, so I'll just wait till it opens up. Here we go, front and back. Yeah. Without the ABS, it'd be snaking and bucking and moaning a lot. But the ABS keeps control over it and does a good job, to be fair. I'll test it again on this bit, so we get a bit faster. So 45, all clear. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I think it's the knobbly tyres and the traction. Put it in dynamic anyway. Yeah, that just provokes the traction a bit. Here we go again. Round we go. Second gear. Popping and banging on the old acro's great, isn't it? I can't decide sometimes whether I want to use the quick shifter or the clutch. It's a funny one. I think you've just got to forget the clutch and keep banging on the gear lever, because it'll go in. Yeah, no problem. Shoots up to 60. I don't know whether you can remember the early 850 GS's. with the old different crank throw and everything. That was a bit gasless, a bit flat. This is quite an exciting engine, to be fair. I like it. Oh, pipping the horn instead of concentrating. Yeah, there's no problem on these naturally old lanes. Getting it going, getting it stopped. Yeah, I like it. It's good fun. This is a good road, but it's one of them, if you come down here on a road bike, it'd rattle your teeth about. But on this, it's no problem at all. Just crack my visor a little bit. So here we are, we're in dynamic, second gear, 25 mile an hour. How about that? More than enough stomp. I should imagine if we was off-roading then we'd have had a rooster tail out the back. Dave down at Falmouth at Oceans had a bit of a mess with it. He's tweaked the suspension a little bit, and I've got to say, like I say, I'm 16 stone. I'm finding it an absolutely lovely ride. Anyway, while we're on this little quiet bit, I'll just say one thing. If you're enjoying watching my video, the Lofty Biker videos, you click on that like, subscribe, ring the bell, ask me a question. I think this is the sort of bike, I think, no matter how many videos you watch, it's one of them to know for yourself, you would definitely have to go and ride it, whether you get on with the tyres. Personally, I don't see the point in buying this bike and putting road tyres on it. You know, this is the tool. You know, you buy a Super Duke Evo because you want to be a hooligan and you want to go track speeds on the road. This is an off-road bike. It's an enduro style bike with beautiful suspension, cracking ergos, good handling. Just grip the tank with your knees, whether you're sitting down or standing, and you'll have no trouble at all. I hope you're enjoying driving these lanes with me, because I'm having a ball. And we're keeping out the wind a bit with the big edges. Yeah, I'm starting to familiarise myself with it. I'm loving it. Very agile. For a 220 kilo bike, it handles well. And I say the tyres are good. As you can see, there's some wet patches, damp patches. I think the blocks are fairly sturdy. Sometimes you ride on knobblies or off-road tyres, the blocks can be, the rubber can be quite soft, and they squirm and wobble around. I'm feeling nothing like that on these Metzelers. Into the 20. Yeah, I'd imagine it'd be pretty good to fill it up with the 14 litres of fuel and take it for a good thrashing. Anyway, I'm having a bit of a ball. What do you think? I'll just get through here. This last bit of sunshine before we head back there into Penryn, and I've got to give this lovely bike back. It's a proper bench seat. I'm finding it fairly comfortable. It reminds me a lot of the seat, that is. It reminds me a lot of an enduro bike, or my old Africa Twin when I had the old RD07 back in 2005. It is. This bike's an enduro bike. There's no ifs, buts or maybes about it. It's a big bike. I don't think I'd want to pick it up in the mud, but you'd soon get used to it. Anyway, nobody goes off-roading on their own, do they? If there's 2 or 3 of you, you can soon pick a bike up, can't you? Right, we're going down through La Mamba, where my old pal Pikey lives. That's his house there, just to the side of the edge. I'm going to do an overtake. I've got to say, even when I'm doing national speeds, I'm getting very little buffeting as such, and it is a very windy day. The screen's quite effective. Anyway, I'm waffling on and on. Oh, one more thing. There's no heated grips on this. I don't think it's going to be much good in the depths of winter when it's freezing cold. But all you lucky boys out there in Australia and America, I think this could be the bike for you. I'm just going to nibble past this cyclist, and I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to say thank you, Ocean. I've had a lovely morning riding the R1290, beautiful bike. If we call the R1290 chalk, we're going to call the F900GS Enduro cheese. Anyway, this is the Lofty Biker saying ta-da for now. Ta-da!